You're listening to The Crypt, and joining me on the show today is Garry Christian from the chart-topping band The Christians, who will be joining the lineup for the Forever Young Festival taking place at Parmanstown House from July 5th to 7th. This is Ireland's first 80s festival and we can't wait. So thanks so much for joining me today, Garry.
It's a pleasure. Hi Rita, how are you?
I'm great now, thank you. Well, it's 32 years this year since your debut album, so can you tell us about how the band first formed?
I think it was about 1986. We met up with Henry Priestman, and he had a few songs he said, Garry, would you like to sing these songs? And I had a look and had a listen. I thought, these are good songs, you know. I mean, the way Henry presented them to me, a bit tricky, but I knew there were good songs in there.
Yeah.
And we started working on them and sent them off to various record labels. And Ireland Records came back and said, we'd like to sign you guys. And a week later, in fact, we were signed to Ireland Records.
And then you were called the Christians because your family name, 3 brothers in the band.
That's right, yeah. We're not religious in any way. It's just we were saddled with this name, Christian. So we were looking around for names and coming up with all kinds of weird names. But we just stuck on the Christians for some reason. And it's been good and bad, if you know what I mean. Because when we did the album, we sent it over to the States and... they thought we were a religious band, and they put it in the religious section of the record shop. And a friend of mine phoned up from New York and said, I've just seen your album in the religious section there.
Oh, no.
So that was a bit of a weird thing, you know.
Who would have been some of your influences starting out?
Well, I mean, the Beatles was a big influence for me.
Of course.
And all the Tamla Motown stuff, the Temptations in particular. Marvin Gaye, you know, from a lot, you know, I had a very kind of eclectic kind of musical kind of upbringing, really, you know, because my older brothers and sisters, they had a lot of records. My sister Pam, you know, she had all the Merseybeat stuff and especially the Beatles, so I could just listen to things and everything. So it was a very wide range of music I was listening to as I was growing up, you know, in Liverpool.
One music critic called you the Temptations in ripped jeans.
What a great quote that is. That's the best.
I love it.
The best quote I've ever heard, yeah.
And then a song of yours that is definitely a fan favourite is Ideal World. And I believe you've been told many people have conceived their child to that song.
Where did you hear that? But it's true, like, yeah. No, that story's got around. Yeah, we get all kinds of people coming up to us, you know, saying things like that, or met my girlfriend when we were listening to this, or whatever, you know, they were saying.
It's that smooth velvet voice.
Big favourite, you know, at 5.
And then you're the only remaining original member of the band, so could you tell me about the lineup at the moment?
Well, the lineup now is obviously myself, Joey Ancra, who plays lead guitar and vocals, he's brilliant. Neil Griffiths, who plays acoustic guitar and vocals. And then there's Bobby Cooley on bass, and there's drums with Craig Connaught, and Mike Triggs on keyboards. So there's 6 of us on stage, and it's a very tight band we have now. We've been together now for 12, 13 years now. So actually longer than the actual original guys who were in the band years ago.
Yeah. Well then, I believe when you were first asked to play a retro 80s festival, you thought it would be quite cheesy, but you were pleasantly surprised.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was one called the Rewind Festival many years ago, about 7 or 8 years ago. We were asked to do it, and we thought, don't know really. But when we actually did it and went on stage, you know, there's 25,000 people out there, you know. So I thought, wow, this is absolutely fantastic. And so we just carried on doing that, you know.
Who would have been some of your musical favourites in the 80s?
I didn't have any, really. Yeah, no, there's a few. I mean, there's a group called Talk Talk, who I loved. I mean, I go back further than that, you see. I love Bowie, and I love even Dire Straits. I love Dire Straits, you know.
Oh, yeah, they're a great band.
Hue and Cry from the 80s was a great band, you know, full of soul.
Yeah.
You know, back then, though, you know, we never saw each other. We never saw these people. But when we started doing, like, the Rewind Festival, you'd get to meet these guys. And they were great, you know. They were really great guys to talk to. And they had a lot of stories to tell. And it was great to meet them and
reminisce.
Friends, you know.
Are you working on any new material at the moment?
Yeah, we're always working on new material. But we're actually working on an album now. What we do these days, because we don't have a record company or anything like that, we just work on an album, we get the album sorted, get it produced, and then at our concerts, that's why we're out on the road most of the time.
Yeah.
We sell the album, just like that, and it suits us down to the ground. It's a wonderful way of working now. So you don't have that record company to tell you how and what to do, and you actually make money,
And then you have that creative freedom.
And you have the creative freedom as well, so we can do what we want. And generally, people love the new stuff that we're doing anyway, so it's great.
I was checking out some of your videos on YouTube. You've some lovely stuff. I love your song, Mother.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful song.
I mean, it's sad. I mean, it's a sad song, so I don't really sing it live on stage because that was, when I came back from Mother's funeral in 2014, I just sat down and penned that. Because I was feeling really, really sad and
full of emotion. It is.
Yeah, what a great song.
It truly is. Well, now you guys, as I said, are playing the Forever Young Festival July 5th to 7th. It's on at Palmer's Townhouse in Naas, County Kildare. So do you know which day you guys will be on?
I think we're on the Friday. We open the festival, in fact, yeah. So it's on the Friday, about 6 o'clock or something like that. I think it's that time.
Excellent.
And we're looking forward. We love Ireland, and really, what we want to do is create a kind of, if we can find a promoter over there, an Irish tour to go around Ireland, 4 or 5 dates, So if you know any promoters out there, Rita,
yeah, of course, I'll send details on to Emma.
Absolutely, yeah, that'd be great.
Excellent. Well then, before I let you go, Garry, where can people keep up with all things the Christians?
Okay, we've got a website. It's www.thechristianslive.com or .co.uk, and all the information's on there. There's even a shop on there, so
Excellent.
All kinds of things, all the dates for our tours and things. So yeah.
Well, Garry, thanks so much for joining me today, and hopefully we'll see you in a few weeks at the festival.
Okay, Rita, that's great. Thanks for calling.